This week on Inside Boulder News, the city begins an exciting research project on electricity and water usage in local homes. City Council unanimously accepts the Parks and Recreation Master Plan, and a new kiosk on Pearl Street uses touchscreen technology to engage visitors and locals. Welcome to Inside Boulder News. I'm Ashley Prill. The City of Boulder is recruiting 50 volunteers from the Newlands and Noble Park Kings Ridge neighborhoods to participate in a new energy research project. The Community Power Partnership is a small-scale pilot project that will track electricity and water usage in homes over a 2-year period. The program will be administered by the Pecan Street Research Institute out of Austin, Texas. Participants will have circuit-level energy monitors installed in their homes. These will allow them to see in real time how much energy is being used circuit by circuit.
They could open up an app on an iPhone and they could say, my dryer is using this much energy right now, or my flat screen TV is using this much energy right now. And what we want to see is how useful is that type of information to folks, and does it help them either change their behaviors or make different investments in energy efficiency improvements to their properties or different energy devices.
The Newlands and Kings Ridge Noble Park neighborhoods were chosen for the project because of their diverse locations, housing types, housing ages, family sizes, and income levels. Residents in these neighborhoods can apply to be part of the Community Power Partnership program online at bouldercolorado.gov/communitypower. The application deadline is February 20th and participation is completely free. While the city will get aggregate data, individual consumers' information and energy usage will be kept confidential. After 2 years of public meetings, community surveys, study sessions, and 5 rough drafts, City Council unanimously accepted the Parks and Recreation Master Plan. The Master Plan lays out 6 specific actions for the next 2 to 5 years that will help Boulder become one of the nation's leaders in health, wellness, recreation facilities, and programs.
Probably the most significant is the understanding that we have great assets in Boulder, but many of them are aging, and we want to make sure that we take care of what our existing facilities are first, and that we have adequate funding so that all our parks and rec facilities are of the highest quality. Second, we want to make sure we are one of a health and community development outreach. So we do a lot of community building in the master plan, how to engage neighborhoods in help planning their parks, help designing them, and also how to program them. We're going to focus on making sure that we have financial stability, looking at different ways of funding parks, particularly some of the facilities that the community would like to have that might be over and above what you normally would expect. So being able to use partnerships, private funding to match with some of the public funding. And then finally, just making sure that our organization is ready. The profession of Parks and Rec has changed dramatically in the last 10 or 15 years. And it's one of where you actually work with partners more than doing programs. You find who's best suited. So we might reach out to the YMCA, we might reach out to Boulder Housing and look at how do we develop those kind of partnerships to best serve the broad needs of the community.
You can look at the final Parks and Recreation Master Plan online, as well as the 5 previous drafts and community outreach summaries. The momentum has picked up for finding a solution to keep bears out of trash in Boulder. 4 bears were killed last year in the interest of public safety because they had come to rely on human-produced food sources like trash. On February 18th, City Council will consider the first reading of an ordinance that would require trash to be secured from bears in certain parts of the city.
The ordinance we're developing is going to describe how trash has to be secured basically all the time. So even when you put your trash can out the morning of trash day, it has to be secured. And if you are putting it out for curbside pickup, it has to be in a bear-resistant container. Bears do have an incredible sense of smell. They can smell for miles, so they tend to know where the food is or where the attractant is. And what other communities have found is if you have a time of day that its trash is unsecured, that's when bears will come. They will figure it out, and that's when they will access the trash. So what we're really trying to do is deter bears all the time from coming into town, not shift it to a different time of day.
The ordinance is available as part of the City Council agenda for February 18th at bouldercolorado.gov/citycouncil. The meeting will begin at 6 p.m. on February 18th. Members of the public will have a limited time to speak to the proposed regulations during open comment near the start of the meeting. On March 18th, there will be a second reading of the ordinance as well as a complete public hearing. Did you know that Boulder's wastewater treatment facility treats an average of 12.5 million gallons of water each and every day? Using several treatment processes, the facility continues to succeed in transforming sewage into the water you see in Boulder Creek just east of 75th Street. Without this facility, the community would face a significant public health crisis. Inside Boulder News caught up with Chris Duville at the facility to better understand what goes into this process.
We don't get as much attention in the community because a lot of people, of course, once they flush, they want to not think about it again. But it's amazing what people put down toilets or ends up coming down drains. So there is a little bit of a kind of an awareness factor of, oh my gosh, that actually does end up in the sewage.
The wastewater treatment facility has a history of upgrading technology to harness more green energy and reduce safety risks. 27 years ago, a cogeneration facility was installed to capture and reuse gas to generate electricity.
As we do solids treatment, methane gas is released as part of that breakdown of pollutants, and most facilities would just either vent or burn that gas and essentially waste it to atmosphere. We actually capture it and generate electricity through that process. We also have, as of 3 years ago, the solar PV system, which actually the city doesn't own, but we are the benefactors of the power generation. So we use all of that power generated from solar.
In 2013, a new ultraviolet light disinfection system replaced the existing chlorine gas and sulfur dioxide gas systems.
And it's been very successful. So we converted in January, so literally about 1 year ago, and have had complete and stable compliance with our effluent disinfection limits, which is obviously the key mandate. And we've also been able over time to optimize the dose of the UV system. So we've been able to actually lower it based on what we originally started applying. So that's an ongoing energy savings initiative that we're working on.
If you'd like to learn more about the wastewater facility, you can book a tour through their website. The facility staff can accommodate large groups ages 9 and up. Tours need to be booked 2 weeks in advance and usually take up to 2 hours. Pearl Street has a new interactive kiosk thanks to a partnership between the City of Boulder, Downtown Boulder, and the Convention and Visitors Bureau. The kiosk features a 45-inch touchscreen with access to hotel, restaurant, and event information.
Yeah, in Boulder, we always want to stay modern, we want to stay progressive. We want to be able to offer residents and visitors the latest technology and just different ways of learning information. And we thought this was a great new interactive way for people to find what they want. It gives them a little more control over what they're looking for. They can go and actually use it like an iPad or a tablet and click on the options that they want and find the information that they're looking for.
The City of Boulder used money from the Capital Improvement Bond to pay for the kiosk. The Convention and Visitors Bureau paid for the touchscreen technology, and Downtown Boulder contributed to planning and also created the map on the south side of the kiosk. You can find the kiosk on the 1100 block of the Pearl Street Mall. Check it out the next time you're downtown. Valentine's Day isn't your typical holiday for one local business. Peace, Love, and Chocolate has been preparing for the Valentine's Day rush since January 3rd, making things ahead of time, ordering enough ingredients, and making backup plans.
What's nice about the regular holiday season like Christmas, people start shopping right after Thanksgiving, not Valentine's Day. It's usually men, and they walk in the day before or the day of. They're always surprised that we have lines out the door, and they're here to get truffles for their sweetheart. A lot of people feel that that was because of the whole florist industry. That's how it started, and flowers you would never buy a week in advance. They would be dead. This particular Valentine's Day, it's our going into our third. We have an established clientele now, which is really fun, so we kind of have an idea of what to expect, but in the end, we never really know.
Peace, Love, and Chocolate is also collaborating with the Denver Museum of Nature and Science for a new exhibit opening on Valentine's Day. They've created special chocolate confections, including a Mayan spice truffle for Maya Hidden Worlds Revealed. Peace, Love, and Chocolate is located at 805 Pearl Street. Thank you for watching Inside Boulder News. Stay in touch with us on Facebook and Twitter by submitting news tips and questions. You can also sign up to receive video updates right in your inbox. Just go to boulderchannel8.com and click on subscribe.